I've always been told since my childhood that there was a connection between the land and I, the land and people in general. We belong to the land, my great-grandfather once told me. The relation he had with the land was really intriguing. He saw himself as a living thing. He always compared himself to a tree or an animal, something that was belonging to the land. As a descendant of indigenous and non-indigenous people, my particular connection and relation with it seems different from him and made me wonder about it. Half of my ancestors were indigenous. They had a profound spiritual connection to the land. They saw it as a second skin, as a mother or a home that they had to take care of for the future generation. Land, according to them, meant being able to transmit important and historical stories from generation to generation, from culture to culture. My other ancestors were French. My first ancestor came in Canada in 1660, and over the years they moved a lot and lived in houses like this in Montreal. They didn't give such a big importance to the land as my indigenous ancestors did. They must have been spiritual at some stage, but over the generations, they seemed to have lost the connection to the land and forgot the great gifts it can give to them. However, I see my ancestors' actions, whether they were indigenous or not, as actions that are engraved in the land. I am seeing the world the same as anyone else. But as a descendant of indigenous people, through this connection with the land, I can see it as a historical part of who we are and who we can be as humans. However, as part indigenous and part French, I can see a contradiction in my understanding of the land. The importance of keeping the original earth and the importance of always having excessive urban development are both in conflict. From some of my ancestors' point of view, the connection with the land does not only extend from the past, but also shape the present and future. But what if the excessive urban development leads to the destruction of the land? Does it lead to the destruction of our past if we see the land as an important historical part of who we are and who we can become in the future? I think so. The land is an important thing in our lives that we have to take care of. As a half indigenous and half French person, I must think about this important issue. But the land, according to me, is an important source of our past, present, and future identity as human. As a part indigenous, I really do believe we have to do everything we can to take care of it.